Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. It's been, I think, 2 days since I last recorded the game, so bear with me here as I try to remember what we did in the last episode. I think we did a small task for Laszlo Benway, the mad scientist on the floor below in floor 2. We turned in some other quests. We've practically filled out our character in the terms of what we can currently take in regards to leveling up. We've used some of our Arcana cards as we've encountered some of the more difficult things up here in the attic. And in particular, we decided to let the attic monster draw our blood this time. It sounded like it was going to drain us dry in its attempt to get back to its world, or perhaps just make itself stronger here. So I'm glad things worked out for Lotaeri in the end, despite the fact that we had done that. For equipment, we have a fully loaded Colt 45 and 3 melee weapons. Right, we picked up a cutlass, I think, last episode. We grabbed a defensive feat, I think, as well, giving us an option during difficult traps to try to get a bit lucky, assuming Tim can play Psychic in regards to the tricks on the board, and win some of the more difficult challenges we are lucky to see very soon. We gained a Psionic Discipline, Twist Fate, which allows future rolls that we do to get a +1 to them. We have 4 Hyperborean spells now. There may be 1 left, actually. 1 or 2 left. But we don't have any space in our spell book, as it were, for anymore. And we have 11 Arcana cards at the moment. Fantastic. We have 3 Air Talismans. 1 Fire, 1 Earth, and 1 Water. Giving us the chance to avoid some of the negative outcomes for encounters in the future, should we fail the game. We have 8 stored experience points, and quite a few edges. More than I think I can even talk about. We have all the bones we need, and 4 clue tokens currently. 2 quests remain for us to do at this moment, with one of them that we cannot actually complete, because we destroyed the heads on the walls. Though somewhere up here in the attic, this polar bear is likely to be up here. And with all that said, let's continue our adventure. You see a locked wooden door. There's a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. Well, right, we have an axe, so we can just hack the darn thing down. Let's go ahead and do so. Nice. We see a 5 of Pentacles and a Page of Pentacles, and we have the King of Pentacles in our hand. I wouldn't mind gaining both of these Pentacle cards right now, so let's go ahead and win this. Oh, we also already won this challenge, because we only have a target number of 1, and we have an ace in our hand. And thanks to also possessing Justice, that 1 Arcana card, we win right now. But we'll go ahead and take the 5 with our 8, then we'll take the Page with our King. That's pretty good, I think. The reason for this is because I didn't want to feel obligated to pay the King on like a 10 of Pentacles if it was up here. I also didn't want to lose the 8 to it. Let's see if we made the right choice here, and hopefully there isn't a Knight or a Queen of Pentacles here. 2, we can use our Knight of Wands to take that 2. We have no sword cards, so all swords are not going to be able to be used. 8 would have been used on that 4. There was a Knight of Pentacles, so I shouldn't have played the King on the Page. Should have held on to it for the Knight. Okay. Acceptable, though. Especially because we're 15 over the target number. It gives us 7 total draw. Three more experience points. It's a shame there isn't an option here to, like, give you edges for edge upgrades for your stats. We don't really need any more of them. I just want to improve the ones we have. This is especially true because of the number of edges we possess. I actually have to count again. I see 4 so far. Hold on. I need to count how many... No. You know what? I'm just not going to spend the experience points at the moment. We don't need to. A clue token. I want to count the edges that require upgrades so I can make sure we're not going to run into that glitch issue. You notice that all the mirrors that you encountered have been broken. -2 to the target level. Nice. I think there's 2 clue tokens left, and one is on the 2nd floor somewhere that we didn't find it. It might be in the attic, but I doubt it. Actually, Tim, there could be... I think there's one in the basement upper levels, and then one on the lowest level. So you are incorrect about there being 2 on the 2nd floor. Suddenly, you look up and see 2 scything blades racing down the hallway at you. They are razor sharp, and suspect that they might be able to cut you in half. Well, we're going to go with instinctively twist over the blades, because we get 9 more cards in our hand than if we just duck under them. Acting on pure instinct, you attempt to twist and rotate over the waist-high blades. We do have 3 face cards from 2 different suits. Let's use Calm Sidestep, though, to start. We might fail this. We did not. Okay. So we get to reveal a card, and if it is a face card, we will draw an extra card, I think. Actually, I think no matter what, we get an extra card. And we'll earn 2 points to our tricks points taken score. It was a face card. Wonderful. And we drew a 2 of cups, I think. Which we can't use here. That's a Queen of Swords. So we can give her that 2. We can use Calm Sidestep again. Right, we took a edge, which lets us use Calm Sidestep a 2nd time. Oh, maybe we should have used it. We also have wands. That's a King of Wands up there. We can give our 6. The Page of Wands we can take with our Queen, and now we won the encounter. Oh my god, are they all face cards that are up here? They were not. But we can't do anything about that 10. Okay. We still won with our Queen. Very nice. And was that also... Would we have won this normally? We had 2 aces in our hands. We started with 2 points as well. Yeah, we would have won with just a Queen on the page. Okay, so we didn't need to use Calm Sidestep, but I'm glad we used it anyway. Better to use them early and not need them than need them and not be able to use them. Your acrobatic maneuver comes off without a hitch. The blade passes underneath you, and then at the end of their run, seems to be sucked back into the wall. I don't know why we gained bullets there. That must be that one edge we have giving us them. And 3 more experience points. I guess we are going to take another edge. I do need to count them, though, guys, because I'm worried won't we get over, like, 10? We can't really take any more edges. We have 1... Assuming that the edges aren't maxed out. So we have 1, 2, 3. What direction is this moving in? Okay, it's moving in this direction. So I've got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 edges that need a set that can still be upgraded. So I can take probably 1 more of these at least. Let's grab a melee edge. We do have 3 melee weapons. Okay, so although, well, our axe... Actually, I think all our weapons bump up the values on cards we possess. So let's grab Martial Arts Expert. Whenever a melee weapon special ability is used, non-face cards can be bumped up to face cards. At edge level 1, up to a page. At level 2, to a knight. At 3, to a queen. And 4, to a king. We'll hold on to those other points until we can find another edge upgrade. Or 3. Another spider room. We didn't fight any spiders in the last room, nor did we find anyone entangled in webs. So it's probably going to be in this chamber. Let's begin investigating. You hear the chittering sound and stop dead in your tracks. You know exactly what that means. Spiders. Big spiders. Before you have a chance to back away, you see them scurry towards you. No matter how prepared you think you are, these things are disturbing anytime that they appear. Knowing that you could end up cocooned and sucked dry only makes it worse. You have seen photographs of victims recovered from creatures like these. They are not pretty. Okay, so we'll take the 9 with our queen, take the 6 with our knight, and we win the horror challenge. And we win. Wow, we are not afraid of these at all. You see things far worse than this. Measuring 4 or 5 feet across, these creatures are on the small side from what you have read in the old case files. Doesn't mean that you should underestimate them. Many of these giant species have fast-acting neurotoxin poisons that can quickly render you helpless. You also now notice the extensive web network that covers certain areas of the room. If you get caught up in one of those, you might be in trouble. Well, we're going to have to beat it up. It's amazing that our Colt 45, using stopping power, is generally not better than actually attacking them. The target number is lower, but we only get 8 draws, opposed to 17 cards in our hand. With 7 tricks on the board, I think that's like half the deck of cards. We also get to, well, I guess we would still get to use my other combat abilities. We have 4 face cards, is that right? Yep, of 2 different suits. Well, we should also, I guess, start using our feats a little more often. So let's use Reckless Charge to start, I guess. 2 cards on the board that were not face cards have had their values bumped down 2 points. Okay. Let's start flipping. An Ace of Swords. Do we have any ace cards? We have a few aces. We can use one. 2 of Cups. We should use the Knight on it. And we win the challenge, so we don't need to use anything else. Page of Swords. You know, we just took an ability. Oh, we rolled a 6 and we could still do this? I thought it failed if you rolled higher than your stat line. In any case, we can now make our non-face cards pages thanks to the edge we just took. Which lets us take that card. Another page of wands, we can try this again. So we can go ahead and use our cutlass. That didn't do it. But now we can use our machete. And do it. Pretty cool, right? We have a page of cups. We can take that 3. We can take the 6 with our 9. A King of Pentacles we can't do anything about. You can get our 6. And that's it. Did we need to use any of our specials? We did not. We had the Page of Cups, Knight of Cups would have given us the points anyway, but now we're 13 over our target number, which is fantastic. You tear the thing apart, and soon there were bug legs and guts everywhere. You thought at first it was some type of decorative statue, but as you get closer, you realize that it is a large stuffed animal. Its white fur, black nose, and ferocious claws reveal it to be a polar bear in point of fact. Suddenly, the polar bear begins to stir. A ghostly green vapor seems to be animating it. You have seen this type of possession before And it never ends well. Horror challenge. Let's see. Get our ace, Mr. King. And we win the challenge. Do we have any better pentacles? We do not. Take the ace with our 2. 10. Has to go to you. Wonderful. You have seen things far worse than this. After all, you have read the briefings on what actually happened to the Franklin expedition. This doesn't even raise an eyebrow compared to that. Is that the expedition that went to Antarctica as part of H.P. Lovecraft's thing, or is that a different reference? The stuffed polar bear is animated by a spirit of some sort. It doesn't read as evil, but you sense a tremendous rage behind it. It won't care what your intentions are. You are alive, and it isn't. It rears up on 2 feet and awaits your move. It obviously has no intention of fleeing. You sense that it feels cornered here, and intends to fight to the finish. Well, we can't really flee very well, because we only get 5 draw against 7 target. 14 tricks doesn't matter, because we only get 10 on the board. So I think, just like most of the problems, we're going to solve this by slicing it to bits. It's possessed by some sort of spirit, but you know you can do some damage to the vessel that holds it. We have enough face cards. I don't even feel like we need to use a courage card. I mean, we do get a queen. Let's think here. What does critical hit do? Roll 1 bone, select a revealed non-face trick card, and bump that value down. Add points to my trick taken score, then draw a card. We're just going to place a 6 on you. Queen of Wands. We have a King of Wands, and now we've won the challenge. We should start practicing some of these feats at home so you guys can actually see them as well. So we'll use critical hit. We'll roll our bone of swords. So we select a revealed non-face trick card, bump the value down 3 there, draw a card, and then add 6 points to our score. We didn't need to use it, but I think it's a little handy to see sometimes some of these feats in action. The polar bear's body is a shattered mess. The head has come off. Apparently, the polar bear was packing some heat. Shouldn't have brought a gun to a sword fight here. Had a Remington shotgun. We'll take a look at that together in a bit. And a bunch of health we don't need. What is that? I mean, it's amazing. It has another special option for combat. And it's another gun we can use, which is also very nice. Wait. Okay. I thought for a second our Colt 45 was down some ammo. Remington shotgun. Rifle, ranged, 1 use per challenge, 2 ammo to use, 8 ammo currently in it. Tight pattern. Select a non-face played card and bump his card value up +3. So this is like our machete. Adds options for combat encounters for undead. Decreases the level by 4. Humanoid and animal by 3. Demon, eldritch, and vampire by 2. Nice. That is such a nice find. We're going to make sure we get to at least keep it if the game glitches. The floor beneath your feet suddenly gives way without any warning. Is it rotten wood or a trap? You don't even have time to contemplate the question. So this is giving me an idea of how difficult it's going to be down below in the basement, because pit traps are by far the most dangerous and tricky. And this is what we'll be looking at for most of them. Target 6, tricks 5. It's not far to the side. You can simply launch yourself through the air to land on stable ground. We have a King of Wands, a bunch of Pentacles, and a Queen of Cups. We'll start flipping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, that's a 2 of Wands, Tim. You have a King of Wands. And you won the challenge like that. We also can play the Queen here. Page, I know we don't have any swords faces, nor pentacles faces. You fly through the air as the floor drops out from under you. You hit the side and tuck into a roll and come up into a crouch. Another Aura of Fortune. We don't... So, let me talk about the basement briefly. We will probably go down there in the next episode at the rate we're going, because we'll be halfway done with the clue tokens, and we'll be running out of time if we don't head down there at that point. We can wait till 2 more clue tokens are done, but, man, generally going in halfway is phenomenal. If we get the opportunity to do that, we will probably be able to navigate our way to the final room. The issue I've got with the pits in the basement, though, is going to be that sometimes a pit is a faster way, if not the only way, to reach the room that you need to get to, because you can't find a way to navigate around the rest of the basement to reach it, or it takes too long. But pits are very difficult to climb up and down without rope or a grappling hook. We don't have either of those at the moment, which means we'll be avoiding the pits and we won't be climbing down them. Instead, we'll be looking for the actual way to the basement. You notice a small pile of junk covering up a section of the floor. Upon closer examination, you see an assortment of typical cast-off items, broken pieces of this and that. It doesn't look like much, but it might be worth investigating. It's not a good chance, but we can get rope from this. So we'll take this chance and see if we can get lucky enough to find something. Nothing. Do I want to make this a win? Do I have anything that I don't care about? We can play the moon on the king. Let's do that. We'll get 9 points over the target number, which gives us quite a few things to flip. Hopefully we can earn a piece of equipment that really helps us out. We also have just earned a psychic talent. Third eye. Roll 1 bone and scry X random not revealed trick cards. X number of wands roll. That's very nice. If I have to choose between these two, which one I want to keep, which one I don't, we're going to drop Twist Fate. Now, you might be looking at our weight over here and seeing that we have 6 of 5. But when you use an Arcana card, the item goes directly in... It randomly chooses what you get, and it goes directly into your... bag, as it were. Our bag of mind tricks. And so we don't actually have to worry about the cost of this. We went over. But if we get another type of item that has to be stored into our brain, then we've got to choose what to drop if we want to keep the new thing. We can find the strangest things in junk piles, including rope. It's not rope, but it's a machine gun. Not really what I was hoping for. I mean, it adds another option. Actually, this option is phenomenal for us, too, with the Thompson, because I see 3 swords down there for it. So, I'll be glad to take it. Why can't I keep it? We can... Oh, I'm sorry, bullets. This is asking me, Tim, where you want the bullets. We want the bullets into the SMG. Alright, let's look at the SMG together. These are 2 of the best weapons, ranged weapons I think you can get in the game. These 2 things right here. Spray and pray. Bump the card value up on 2 random non-face cards in hand plus 2. Up to 10. Full auto. Same thing, it lowers the difficulty of encounters. It also, by the way, in case I didn't mention it, it changes the encounters as well. The Colt 45, for example, when we use the Colt, it's going to make the target number based on our swords, the tricks based on our swords, and the draw based on our wands. The shotgun is swords, cups, and cups. The Thompson SMG, though, is swords, swords, and swords, which means we will annihilate anything that we point this at the cost of 2 through 5 ammo. So now we really want to fill this weapon. I'm glad we got it, but I really wanted rope from that encounter. Still, I won't say no to that. It was a bit risky using a Arcana card. We're down to we're down to 10? That's a weird thing to say. But we've got... Let's think here. What would I drop next? Temperance would be the next one to go, as would the Lovers. The Hermit could probably go as well, if it came right down to it, as the easiest ones for me to... If I had to choose between taking some substantial amount of damage or using Arcana card, it'll be the Arcana card, especially once we're in the basement. And some of those are no-brainers as to which ones I'd choose. Temperance, because we no longer need the experience points. We're all done. Like, realistically. We have things we can put the points into, but I'm going to hold off doing it because once again, I'm nervous about the glitch showing up and preventing me from playing the game. Alright, Attic is... Oh! You have come face to face with a green ooze. I forgot this would be up here. We didn't find it on the second floor. You didn't even notice it at first. It sticks to the ceiling, hidden in the shadows, waiting in ambush. Suddenly, it drops to the floor with a sickening squishing sound and forms up in front of you. You feel a rush of adrenaline-fueled fear sweep over you. This lab experiment gone bad could mean the end of you. This does have rewards which could be rope. For example, you can get a random item, if I recall the results of this. You've seen things far worse than this. You were part of the team that hunted down and eliminated the Lab 257 scientists, after all. You thought that the last of these Lab 257 experiments had been hunted down and destroyed. It seems that you were wrong. You try to recall the warnings from the briefings. The creature will try and suffocate you by enveloping you in its amorphous slimy tissues. So normally, you only get a chance to attack it. I added the option for you to use magic against it. We could use stopping power. Actually, this gives me a good opportunity to show you guys the differences here. So here's stopping power. 5 target number. The difficulty is being raised to 22 because the game really wants this to be tough for me, thanks to the auto balancer. So 5 target number, 16 tricks, and 8 draw. The shotgun is the same target number, 8 tricks, and 9 draw. Remember, though, that our tricks are limited to 10, so that's deceptively good. It is not nearly as good. Or full auto, 3 target number, 17 tricks, which is still 10, and 18 draw. This is how effective full auto will be for us in the future. And I think we use it here because we really want to win. This is one of the few creatures in the game, there's more in the basement of this type, with if you fail the encounter, you are suddenly in a different encounter where you are struggling to survive. Like, the results phase is instant death cards. So, full auto. We fill it with bullets. And we have 2 kings, a queen and a knight from 3 suits. We have 3 aces, and we've automatically won the challenge because we drew 3 aces. Okay, we really want to win this encounter. So I'm going to, and because I don't remember what we get here, I'm going to use a few spells. Let's play Shrivel Flesh. We rolled this dice first. Hopefully it's not a 1. It's not. Now we go ahead and roll this to determine how many cards we can select. 3. We're allowed to select 3 cards from the same suit, and we bump them up into pages. So we have no face cards for wands. Actually, it's... yeah, let's change some wands into faces, with pages. Okay, and the rest of this we can use my combat abilities for. You know what? Let's use the third eye and show you this too. 4 cards are scryed as well, so we see them. Okay, so that's also good to see. So no matter what, we want to choose... We also drew another card, which I think was this 10. Is that right? No. No, I'm wrong. All right, let's choose the 9 of Wands and give it one of our pages. We've won the challenge. We won the challenge the moment this started, thanks to the aces, but I want to win this by quite a bit. We'll use the Blade Dances. Is that right? Nope, it's revealed non-face trick cards, so we don't want to do that yet. Okay, so we have 2 swords cards. We have a King of Swords, but I want to hold on to that in case there's a different face card up here. 3 of Cups, you can get our Queen. 6 of Cups, you can get our Knight. Only reason to hold on to these is if I thought the page was up here. The Page of Cups. I don't think it's going to be. Wow, hello, 2 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Ace of Pentacles. We'll take you with our 2. We're now 14 points of the target number and are drawing the maximum amount of cards allowed as the results in the results phase. We don't need to play any more cards, but we'll keep playing the game a bit more. I'll risk our king will be used. And it is, but not the King of Pentacles. 23. 26 over the target number. Fantastic. I can't do anything about the king either. We can't bump this up to a king. So, you play defense at first and manage to avoid attacks. Then when opportunity presents itself, you go all out and take it down. It doesn't have any discernible organs, but you're punishing attacks soon put out of commission. We just fill it with full of lead, and it turns out it's poison. It doesn't have any lead immunity, and so it's poisoned to death. Let's see what we get. Gas Mask. +1 cups. I won't say no to that. That's really handy, although I would have preferred rope. Removes all health loss cards from any results phase that is associated with gas while this card is in your inventory. That is handy. I think I've gotten this maybe once in all my hours of playing the game. You're not likely to get a second item, by the way, from the results phase here. I only remember ever getting like 1 item or weapon or spell, never a second. So we'll see, maybe that won't be the case. Nope. I won't say no, though, the +1 more cups. We're going to want as many cups as possible when we can finally get to the basement. And this attic was stacked full of items. That was fantastic. Okay. Hello, second floor. We should go down to the first floor because the plant creature is going to be down there. And do we even care about the plant creature? I'm not really gonna... I don't have time to do the Lady in Red. That sounded nasty to say. I don't have time to complete the quest for Fall from Grace, unfortunately. Or I don't feel... Maybe we do? Man, 4 clue tokens, that's pretty close. And we're gonna get 2 of them trying to complete that quest, I'm pretty sure. We never even got the Living Gargoyle statue quest. Interesting. I missed it somewhere. I think we're done, Tim. I think you go into the basement. Why not complete Benway's quest? Maybe you can get something decent from the treasures he offers you, and then you leave. We'll kill the plant man and fake a sample. Benway can rot in hell. You decide to mercy kill it, and then create a fake sample. That should set his so-called research back a bit. We have 2 aces, because I see we got some points. I'm willing to risk not playing our Queen of Swords, and that we can still get the points we need to win the challenge. And it's a good thing I did. The queen will take the page. I can do nothing about the King of Pentacles. You can take our ace. Oh, right. We can use our book, I think, here, right? No, we cannot. Oh, this is a combat encounter. Oh, that's interesting. That was dumb. I should have used the queen there. Still won by quite a bit. You put the thing out of its misery and scrape up some mold from the floor and put it in the sample dish that Benway gave you. The Emperor. You are immune to the effects of any instant death card that is revealed during the results phase while this card is in your inventory. That's a great picture. Another Arcana card. Still haven't gotten the one that gives us +1 to all our edges. I'll risk searching the room. It's too far, Tim. It's just too far. If I wasn't playing with the story tokens active, I would go out to the backyard, but I don't feel like we have time. Now we need to get over to Benway. He's on this side. Maybe we could start it. Okay, everyone. Since we're in this area, we'll go ahead and try to find the witches in the backyard. This may cost me the game if I'm going to do this. But if I draw a story token and we have not yet found them out here, I'm going to go ahead and just head into the basement then. No, I can't remember. You guys who own this game, I don't know if anyone actually who's watching this owns the game. I'm guessing it's such a niche game, I'm guessing probably no one does. But do you know if the cards in your hand are picked before the trick cards or after the trick cards are placed? I don't remember the order. I don't really think it matters very much, but I'm just curious. I guess it does it? It doesn't really matter, Tim. We annihilated this ghost. I love when that happens. That is amazing. We'll get to refill all our courage. Which, there wasn't much that we needed, but that's also why I'm trying to use some of my abilities now. Now, where do we think it is? To the left or to the right? Let's check to the left. There are some unique random encounters you can get out here as well, creature-wise. I don't think they're in here. I think it's probably a giant snake. You see the cold eyes reflected in the darkness, and you stop in your tracks. Soon the rest of the creature comes into focus, and you stand there amazed at the size of it. Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? Or in this case, one very big one. Your eyes widen in horror at the pile of bones the snake sits upon. This thing is a killer, and you are right to be afraid. But we're not. Thanks to our great card draw this time. Do we have all the aces? 1, 2, 3. 3 of the 4 aces as well. Once again, it's why I mentioned ages ago now that I would be always keeping justice, because I seem to draw more aces pretty frequently. Okay, we won. Mind is strong. You've read about specimens like this in the old case files on the Fawcett Amazon expeditions, but you never thought that you would see one. You wonder who or what decided to bring this pet here and why. It's an old abandoned mansion. It's Umbrella Corporation. It's gotta be. The snake must be 30 feet long and the width of a large tree trunk. You think you can win this, but you had better keep it at arm's length. If it gets a hold of you, could all be over very quickly. This might, it says combat and monster. I don't think I've seen monster very often. No, you know what? I probably just never noticed before. Well, with 19 draw and 10 tricks on the board, I don't think it's winning. We also got 3 points immediately because we drew 3 aces. And we won just like that. Why not? We'll play all the big cards we have. Rub it in. And I don't think I think we're drawing the max number of cards we can from the rewards phase. In fact, I know we are now. But I like rubbing it in. It's an epic battle, but you wound the thing all over its body and head. Eventually, it stops twitching. Morphine Ampule. What does this do? It goes into our cups inventory, it looks like. Does that remove wounds? Add 3 points to your health stat, and for the next 5 combats, each generated wound card has a 50% chance of having a -1 modifier applied to it. Oh, hey, that makes kind of sense. It's like Painkiller. Although, I've always thought it was a bit weird how painkillers work in these games, because it's more like you don't take as much damage, which isn't the case. You take just as much damage, you just don't feel it as badly. You hear a rustling sound and pause to locate it, but it quickly stops. After waiting patiently, you start to move again, only to once more hear the strange rustling. It sounds like a bush being shaken for its berries. Without any warning, a 6-foot plant creature leaps out at you. Its tentacle-like vines and roots reach out to entangle your feet. You can't believe what you're seeing. The plant is aggressive, and you're pretty sure it wants to eat you. Well, it shouldn't surprise us that there are creatures like this. I mean, there are plants that eat other living creatures. They need them. We're a living creature. Why should we be any different? That seems like a waste. We'll give you that. Hey, guess these are King of Wands on the page. You've seen things far worse than this. The creature is surprisingly mobile and agile. It's also intent on catching you. You can smell a sickly odor in the air as it releases a bunch of spores. That can't be good. You remember a case file that you read about. It was the 1915 Trifid event that began in Indochina and spread to Sumatra and Malaysia. Agent John Wyndham and scores of other operatives were lost. It was supposed to have been contained and all the pods destroyed. Apparently not. These creatures are very dangerous, but you are confident that you know how to destroy one of them. Sorry, you know how to destroy one of them. Might as well play the king. Might as well play the queen. Unless the knight's up here. Those were good choices to do. And now we won. King. We can have our ace. 6 of pentacles. Take you with the 9. Take you with the page. Take you with our 10. Take you with our knight. The thing just doesn't want to die, but you manage to inflict enough damage that it simply doesn't have a choice. You see only the slightest movement of the tentacled limbs. Camouflaged against its background, it springs its trap. The creature is a sickening mound of flesh, appendages, and oozing slime. This is one of my favorite drawings of the game because it looks horrific. I really like this thing. I really like this. I also don't see this very often in the game because I generally don't come out to the backyard. I think the past few years I have made an exception and at least stepped out here. It's interesting if I think about that. Hopefully we have time to finish the quest line for Fall from Grace, but the witches weren't down here, so. You are caught off guard, and the smell of the creature is overwhelming as well. Ooh, okay, let's say we might not win the hard challenge, but nope, yes, we can indeed. Gotta play the cards on the ones we have to play them on. We win. Usually things far worse than this. Bullets! That is why I'm trying to get as many points as possible, Tim. You were just about to say, let's just win these challenges quickly rather than smartly. And I should not be doing that. We should always be trying to win these battles smartly, because there's a chance for any results card that it might be bullets. The creature seems to be covered in small mouths, each lined with razor-sharp teeth. You recognize it as some kind of the shambler species that roams the plateau of Lemuria in another dimension. A sorcerer of some skill must have summoned it here. Probably the thing in the attic, right? That we learned is a sorcerer. It hails from another dimension, but if it has a physical body, surely it can be destroyed? We've got a bunch of pentacles, faces, a knight of cups, and a knight of wands. I'm willing to use some courage here. Courage. Reckless charge. One random card was bumped down 1 point. That was not very good. Okay, so do we cast any spells here? We haven't been getting arcane energy, and I don't think we'll get any from this either. Let's not cast any other spells. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups, we can take you with the 3 of Cups. Knight of Swords. We don't have an answer for you. Oh, we must have drawn the 4 for Reckless Charge as well, because it's out of numerical order here. We can give you our Ace. King of Wands. Uh-oh. We can give you our 3 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. There's no reason that we shouldn't play the Queen. For reasons I've explained in the past. And that lets us win the challenge. 9 of Wands. I'm going to play the Knight on you. Sorry. That's right. You said the right words, Tim. Play the Knight on that 6. And now we're dominating this opponent. Yep. Oh, good job, Tim, playing the Knight there when the King was the next one in line. The creature withstands a tremendous amount of punishment, but eventually it succumbs to its wounds. These things really are tough buggers. Three more bullets. We want all of the bullets in our Thompson. We need to get that max so we can use it more often when we get to the basement. So the witches weren't on this side. You stumble up... Oh, we've already read about the Hunchback. We'll just beat the stuffing out of him. We don't have to pass a horror challenge here either. I guess it is the bad thing about not making horror challenges anymore with the feat that we have lucky bullets. Because we have less chances of getting additional bullets if we don't have horror challenges. Slaughtered. Give me some bullets. Oh, that's it. That's all you get. 23 experience is probably enough to finish the character entirely, but we need an edge upgrade before I'm going to take another edge. Another one of you. All right. I wonder if it's the same one. We didn't investigate the body to make sure it was killed. Let's see, 2 of Cups. Oh, I don't want to play the King quite yet. Where's my axe? One second, creature, if you don't mind. I have to dig around my bag to find the right weapon to hack you to bits with. Queen of Cups. I am glad we had the King for you. It's over. We're getting to 7 draws already. I probably should just stop, but we'll keep playing cards. 33. Is that right? Yeah, 33 points over target number. That's amazing. Bullets! And 6 of them. I'm about to say, sometimes you can get multiple bullet cards. Holy crap! Bullet cards from an encounter, though. Oh, that's great, man. This guy was filled with bullets. And not our own. And we have enough to exactly fill all of our guns. That's That's amazing. Let me quickly save the game. And it feels like I'm playing for close to an hour, everyone. We'll play a little longer, though. Play a little longer. I'd like to find the witches. Unless you draw a story token, in which case that's it. We're done. Well, you're kidding me. Another hunchback. Well, I guess we'll just beat the stuffing out of this one, too. So this time we can use our axe. I'll risk that we roll high. We rolled low. Let's go ahead and do that again. Remember that one edge we took lets us convert some of our... We can convert number cards into faces with our melee weapons. I gotta roll a 4. That's not likely. Have to roll a 3 there. That is likely. Not quite as good as the last one, but still killed it. That was 3 in a row. Holy crap. Look at all those bullets. We don't even need any of them. There, you can get an item called the bandolier in the game, which lets you store more bullets. I really wish the game would give you some better options for character creation and let you choose things for your starting character from a certain amount of choices. Like, you want to go all in on guns? Let the player choose a starting gun, give them, like, the bandolier, and give them swords or cups, and let him choose the edges he starts with, or maybe a heroic feat. That would be nice, but unfortunately, it's just all luck of the draw. You see the soft glow of a fire. As you approach it, you recognize the outline of a cauldron sitting on top of it. Steam rises from it, indicating that its contents are being brought to a boil. You suddenly feel very uneasy. There's a spell at work here. You focus your mind to shrug off its effects, but you begin to feel hazy and drunk. 3 pairs of glowing green eyes stare out at you from around the cauldron. Walking into the witch's ritual and beholding their hypnotic gaze has put you at a disadvantage, and you fight to keep your sanity. And we win, just like that. Thank you, Justice, for giving us 2 points for those 2 aces we possessed. I guess at this point, we actually don't need to even flip over any cards, because we can't really benefit from anything. Our guns are filled up on bullets. We're not going to gain courage or anything like here, so... You've come across 3 Cinerean Witches. I got that. I pronounced that incorrectly. Cinerean? You sense the presence of the horned god nearby. The witches have gone back to their ritual. You wonder why they would treat your intrusion so lightly. You consider your options carefully. These creatures are undoubtedly powerful, and the rituals centering around the cauldron must only strengthen them, and the power they draw from the horned god. We'll talk to them. You sense that they have left you alone for a reason. You're not certain if it's due to the fact that they have completely discounted any threat that you could muster, or that they somehow want you to make contact. We see 2 cards. Both of the cards are wands cards. Let's take the 10 with our knight. And then we'll use our diary. It buffed this 2 to a 7. Okay, and if I recall correctly, we have a trick card, but we can't click on it until we click on something else. There we go, okay. Oh man, we're hoping that we can raise one of our 8 or 7 pentacles to a 10, but we'll try. It didn't work. I mean, we won the challenge, which is fair enough. You step forward and address them. They seem eager to talk with you. They give me bullets as well. We don't even need them. Thank you. The witches cackle and fix their gazes upon you with their glowing green eyes. Then, alternating words as if the 3 were sharing the same mind, you hear them speak. Greetings, mortal. Although you and I would normally be at odds, I have an offer to make you that should suit us both. My heralds cannot enter the mansion as it is quite warded against them. Inside is a book that I require. Bring it to my heralds, and I will stand aside from interfering with your mission. I might even help you. We know where that bookcase is, and it's over on the other side of the mansion. But we're going over there anyway. I think. Okay, let's see. What's the fastest way? That's the bookshelf. Ben is upstairs, somewhere over here. It's probably faster for us to go to Ben first, then downstairs, then wander through these passages. As the clock continues to tick, you become more and more anxious and nervous. You must find the Elder Sanctuary before it's too late. Alright. Guys, we don't have time. I'm sorry, we don't. We will be glad that we have gone into the basement the moment we step down there because of how difficult it's going to be. This is a shame, because I would like to turn in this... I'd like to get these 2 quests done. By the time we get to the bookshelf, search it, back out to the witches, and then back into the mansion again, we're going to draw another story token. And then we have just 4 left, and I don't like that we have 4 left at that point. It's just too dangerous. So we're done. We'll go down to the basement, which the entrance is also right here for. And then we will call it a session after we actually open the secret passage that is down there. You've discovered a secret door. It blends in almost seamlessly with the dungeon wall, but your keen senses were still able to detect it. Finding it is one thing. Figuring out how to open it is another. Well, we can still hack it down, so that's what we're going to do. We have a 10 of cups up there. I have only a 7 of cups in my inventory. We have no pentacles either, so this, I say, this could be really bad. I'm going to play the king to win the challenge. And we didn't have to do that, but we still won. You batter down the door. So much for being a secret. The way now lies open. Yes! I'll take an edge upgrade. Thank you very much. Okay, so we want this in something to max it. We gotta max it, Tim. Then I need to take something like Mechanical Manipulator. For any lock challenge, the value of any face card remaining in your hand is added to your trick-taking score. Oh, I forgot we even had this. Okay, yep, let's take this. We have bullets, we can't take those. And we will go ahead and take another edge, because now we can afford to do so. And I wouldn't mind having a wand or water edge for our talismans. Wand of Fire, so we get +1 to our wand score for each wand talisman we possess. This will bump our wands to 6, and I'm going to take this, as the rest of this is just earth attuned, and I don't care about that. If these were air abilities, I would take one of these instead of Wand of Fire, despite the fact this improves our wand's stat by 1. But it's not, so Wand of Fire it is. Plus, Wand of Fire gives us 1 more edge, which is maxed. So we actually can take another one of those too. Right? Yeah, Wand of Fire is maxed. So we can go ahead and take another edge. Let's grab another Hyperborean spell edge. Gain X additional uses of all spells. Select X additional cards. Lower the difficulty of the challenge if we have 2 or more Hyperborean spells that can be used in the challenge. Non-face cards can bump up to face cards. I don't think Lore and Magus are very useful for Hyborian spells, given it seems like what Hyborian spells do, which is change things into face cards or make things not face cards. So I don't think those will help us. The one that we have bumps up cards in our hand, so I would normally choose this one, but I don't think I want either of those. Let's choose... We can cast multiple Hyborian spells. Alright, guys, and when we come back, it's time to begin exploring the basement. We'll talk about the unique dangers in the basement then, too, because this is going to feel a bit unlike everything that was above us. I'll talk to you guys then. Thanks for watching, everyone, and take care.